Well, I don't know if this is on or not, but we're definitely gonna try it. But my name is Danielle, just in case you guys don't know or don't remember me. That's okay. So this is what's going on. So I have to restart my life basically, and um, so yeah. Um, that's basically that. So I have a lav mic now, so you're going to see me move around a lot. And yeah, so I want to go ahead. I'm going to get started and I'll tell you where I've been, what's happened, and all that good jazz. So, right now, um, as you saw by the title of this video, um, I am getting my house and my life back together. So, what I've been doing for the past year basically is it's kind of hard for me to make this video, but here we are. We're going to do it. So, my husband was very sick. Actually, he had tongue cancer. And you might be wondering, how does one get tongue cancer? And there's three main ways that you can actually get tongue cancer, from my understanding. This is what I was told. It was from um, alcohol, smoking, and HPV. So my husband was not a smoker. He um, he he wasn't any of those. So for the past year, I was taking care of him as a caregiver. And actually, a couple weeks ago, my husband passed away. Um, I'm not saying all this to get pity, but this is the only way I know how to cope, right? Is to try to get my life back together. So there's lots of things that has to take place. My house is a whole mess. I mean, a whole mess. And as some of you that maybe have seen this channel before, um, that's not always the case. So I have to do something. And one of the best ways for me to do that is to do it for the camera. It's not that I'm trying to capitalize on it, but honestly, I need motivation. I need accountability, and I know that this is one way I've done it before. So that's my intent, is to try to go and try to get some accountability by having you guys come along. So one of the first things that I'm doing is um, I used the Fly Lady system before, and that's kind of where I'm at again. But I've done the Fly Lady system twice now. And the second time I've actually really manipulated the system a lot. So it isn't necessarily the Fly Lady system. I found what works and what doesn't. Um, if you'd like to join me and also maybe, you know, pick up the pieces of your life, of your house, then please, by all means, join me. Um, I've never been a person that's just going to go in and go full ham and I broke this. This one's broken, so I'll have to throw that away. I've never been the kind of person to be able to just like clean a whole house in one day, in 1 hour. I can't do that. I need a hassle-free kind of a system, and so that's pretty much what we're going to do. So the very first step in that is I have to get in front of these dishes. So something that I did learn from Fly Lady is that if your sink is filled, if you're I'm going to also say if the trash is filled, then I've noticed that what will happen is that everything spills out. And so that is what we're going to really focus on. We're going to find those places, those kitchen sinks, if you will, of our house, and we're going to try to take care of it. Um, but also through this, and hopefully these videos end up reaching someone else that's in my current situation. Um, so there's a lot going on, a lot. Um, so a lot of the things my husband did. And so unfortunately, I'm going to have to go and learn how to do some of those things myself. So with the power of YouTube, um, with the power of the internet, I'm going to try to have to learn how to do some of those things myself. So that's the plan. Um, that's kind of the plan. Now, some things that I learned, some of the things I learned about during this year is I actually learned about hydroponics. So I have to wait until next month to actually start that. But I learned how to grow lettuce and tomatoes and herbs. So I'm actually going to be showing you guys and how to do it. I do have a couple videos out there already, but we're going to do it together if you like. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan. It's one of the things that it's like, well, you know what? I know that people really felt as though they needed like an accountability buddy to clean the house, and I never really quite. While I did understand that, it was more the need for me to post it was my accountability. Whether people watched it or not, that was my accountability. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. And I never, like I said, I never really quite understood the watching someone else clean for an hour and that motivated you. That never really motivated me. But the talking. So I always found that I was more motivated when I was talking. Like if I was talking on the phone to someone, or if there's someone else in the room talking, then that motivated me more. So that's what I'm going to do is, sorry if things are loud. I haven't quite figured that piece out yet. That's where my motivation comes in. So if you're the type of person that you like to listen to someone or clean alongside them, then cool. Then I'm definitely that person for you. I'm not going to claim that I have everything all together because I really don't. I do not have like the perfect system. I don't think that there is actually a perfect system for all of this. And I believe that anyone that claims that there is, I don't think that's all the way accurate either. I don't. It's really more what works for one person is not necessarily going to work for someone else. And so that's the premise that I'm working off of. These are things that I have found that have helped me, and maybe they'll work for you. Maybe they won't. If you find a different way of doing something, then hey, share that, because that might be something that someone else might be able to learn from. That's what I'm trying to do. So let me talk about my kitchen for a minute. So over the course of this past year, I haven't really been able to I haven't had the energy, the motivation, the want to, I hope that makes sense, to really cook. Um, my husband was a laryngectomy, and so he couldn't speak. And then for a while, he was chair bound, and he didn't like when I left him because I communicated with him, and I was able to communicate with him on like a deeper level. Well, I didn't think it was gonna be this hard to talk about it. So, um, so because of that, I pretty much live downstairs. I do have an upstairs. I can't really tell you. No, that's not what I was going to say. Um, the upstairs is, like my bedroom, has pretty much been untouched for almost a year. And there's parts of my house that have been pretty much untouched for an entire year. Not just my bedroom. So I'm good. I'm good. Let's see. So if you've watched this channel before, hopefully some of you that have seen it before would be like, oh, hey, she went live. I have a husky, and she sheds really bad. So my husband, he had a lot of medical equipment around. So it made vacuuming or sweeping a little difficult. So I have my formal dining room has a bunch of medical supplies in it. So I'm going to have to donate those. So that's something else I get to figure out. It'll be all right. I mean, I want to donate them. So I know I talked to the hospital, and they said that there's some programs or somewhere that I can take them. So I will. That's something I will be doing. Oh, all right. Well, you know what? For the first video, I have to say I'm doing fairly well. Yep. Something that you may not know about me is I talk to myself. So that's why this is kind of perfect. Yeah. So, yep, that's what I've basically been doing. Taking care of him. But that is a-okay. So, yeah, I have a lot to clean in my house. Because, if it's not, I think just like any other house, if you're not the one kind of steering the ship and doing to everything else kind of goes by the wayside, right? So the kids generally aren't going to help unless you kind of ask them to help, or in some cases tell them to help. And that's kind of what's happened. So yeah, let's see other things that have happened. I think that's about it, actually. My daughter is no longer in color guard. She's decided not to do that, which is okay, right? It's okay. Let me throw this away. So She's not in color guard, which is perfectly fine. She's an amazing dancer, but there was just too much drama for her. So we decided that it might be best that she didn't continue. Perfectly fine. I say that because I know that she liked it, but it was more she didn't like all the crap that went along with it. So that's fine. There for a while, she wanted to be a color guard director. But of course, unless you go to college for being color, let me back up. Unless you go to college and you are in color guard and you take the dance lessons and things like that, it's really going to be kind of hard for you to be a color guard director. So to be on a college color guard team, it's really helpful to also finish your last year. She's going to be a senior. Finish your last year in high school on the color guard team. So I think that she's decided to go in a different direction for what she wants to do. Honestly, I think she's trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, I know I'm off camera a lot. I'm sorry. My garbage can is over there. I have you on a tripod. That way I can kind of be a little hands-free. And this is the bulk of what I'm doing here. So I got the dishwasher loaded. Again, I'm not going crazy. I'm only 17 minutes in, so I haven't taken that much time. But while we're here, figured I would go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff. So what I just had in my hands was actually a basil plant. It was a massive basil plant, but I noticed I don't really use a lot of basil. So I stopped giving it hydroponic fluid, nutrients, and so it died, which is okay. What is this? I just have so much crap on my counters where we've just kind of put stuff. Let's see. I have, so I had said that I hadn't really cooked in a while, which is true. I'm actually going to be trying to cook some more. Who knows? Maybe I'll make some videos about that too. But this week, I only have 3 dinners planned because I don't want to go too crazy because I don't know how much I'll be able to handle it. I know that seems really silly, but sometimes I'm not feeling like I have a lot of motivation to do a whole lot of stuff. So I'm going to make this lemon chicken skillet. I don't know if it's a pan sheet or a skillet thing. I'm going to try to make hibachi steak in my Instapot. And I'm going to be making pulled pork in the Instapot. So that's fun. I may bring you guys along. I'm not sure. I don't really know quite what I want to do. I know that getting my house in order is going to be important. So I'm glad that you guys are able to come with me. So let's see, we are at 19 minutes and 41 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call it done. I realize I have a whole kitchen and a whole house to do. But if I don't do things in bite-sized chunks, then I'm not going to get it done. So I'm going to go ahead and um, run my dishwasher. Um, Once it's done, I'm going to go ahead and empty it out and put it all away. And I'm going to go ahead and clean my sink. I'm going to clean my sink. Um, I got, I'm basically just going to use some regular dish soap. I have one of these little scrubbers. Um, I have like Brillo pads and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and shine my sink. And I'll see you guys tomorrow where I will probably finish more of my kitchen. So thank you, and I hope you guys have a great day.